I'm Andrew Phillips. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the drive motor on a Maytag top-loading washing machine. Let's go ahead and get started. Now the particular washer that we're dealing with, let me get a close-up. There's our model number, in case that's the same for yours. However, the same would be on a lot of other Maytag, Whirlpool, other brand washing machines. I'll have some links down in the description. Now, one thing to keep in mind with your drive motor, as you can see here on ours, it says right there, 10-year limited warranty, drive motor and wash basket. So your motor may be covered under the warranty, so you may want to check that as well. Now, in this case here, we're just replacing our own. I'll have links down in the description where you can purchase the drive motor as well. Now, one thing to keep in mind, I'll have some other videos down in the description of things that I've done with this washing machine. One showing how to run the diagnostic where you can see what the fault codes are if you're having problems with it. This machine will let you know the fault code and pinpoint what the issue could be. I'll also have another one where we showed how to replace the shift actuator. Then there's also some work I've done on some Frigidaire washer and dryers, some refrigerators, things like that. I'll have those appliance related videos down in the description if you want to check those out. But what we have here, I've already run the diagnostic and it told us that it was a faulty motor. Previously, I had replaced the shift actuator, and I want to show you what it was doing when we did the shift actuator. Here's what the machine was doing as far as the noise. After that, we ran the diagnostic. It gave us the F7E5 code, which is for the shift actuator. We replaced it. That fixed the problem. The machine ran fine for a few cycles. Then it started glitching again. Next thing I did, ran another diagnostic. And now that the shift actuator was taken care of, then it was pinpointing that the motor was faulty, which I had kind of suspected when we replaced the actuator because it sounded like the motor was kind of acting up a little bit too. So I had already purchased a motor just in case. And then now we're at this point. So let me show you how to run the diagnostic here, and I'll show you the code that we got saying it was the motor, and then we'll get the machine tipped over because you have to work on it from the bottom. We'll get the motor swapped out and wrap this up. So to run the diagnostic, and you can check out my full video down in the description, but real quick, you're going to go counterclockwise twice, ending on normal, then go 3 forward, 1 back, 1 forward, and you'll get this mode here. Now, it's looking like they're kind of strobing here in the video, but in actuality, they're just this all the way up here to done is just flashing. So now that we're in that mode, the next thing that you want to do is turn it 1 click to the right, and you'll have done flashing, and then you want to run it to spin. Once it does that, push this briefly. Here's the code that we're getting. When that lights up, it's F. When it's not lit, it's E. So we have F, and then these are numeric right here. So you have 8, 4, 2, and 1. We cover all this in the diagnostic video. So when that lights up, F, and then we had these 3. So you have 4, 2, and 1. So that's F7. And then the next one, when it's off, is E. So it's off, and these 2. That's 4 and 2. So that's F7, E6. Now the first thing that we need to do, we need to tip it over, but we need to unplug it. So we'll come behind here. We're going to unplug this here. Always want to unplug the appliances before you do any work on them. And now with that unplugged, we can tip it forward and we can head underneath, and I'll show you where everything is located. Coming underneath the machine, this is our shift actuator that we replaced right here. We need to take this panel here off. Under there you have the belt, and then I believe it's the clutch, and then the motor is all the way down here. So that's what we're going to be accessing, coming all the way down there. So we have to remove this. Now you want to be careful with this here. This thing holds a very strong charge, so you want to make sure that you're not touching it even with the unit unplugged. Be careful with that. So we're going to remove these 2 8mm here. All right, so I've removed the last screw. this can come off. And now we can look in here. Here's our clutch, our belt, and our motor is all the way back here. So to remove it, we got to unbolt it here and here, and then we're going to undo the belt, and then you have a harness right here going into it. So let's undo the harness first. Want to pull, like I just did right there, that little locking tab, and then now we can pull this off. We're going to push this down, and as we're pushing it down, we're going to work that off. Here it comes. And now that's disconnected. To remove the belt, you can just work it off. Just rotate it like that. Pops right off. And then the last thing is now to remove these two bolts. Now to remove this bolt and this one, you will need a 13 millimeter socket. So that's what I have on here is a 13 millimeter. So let's put that on there. I need both hands to remove this, so I'm going to have to put the camera down, and then we'll be back as we take this out. All right, so I've removed both bolts, and then now we can just remove this like that. It slides right out, and we can put the new one in. Here's our old motor. You can see here it's a little rough. Take a look there. And then here's the new one that we're going to be putting in right here. So let's head underneath. We'll put the new one in, put the belt on, tighten it up, connect the electric on it, and then we'll put the washer back in place. And just to give you an idea of what I have here, I have it leaned over and kind of propped on something, but this is what you're dealing with unless you can get it fully out. But we're going to take the motor, we're going to slide back under here, and I'll meet you down on this side so we can put it in. As we bring the new one in, you see we have the harness there. You want the harness turned down. So if you're looking at the machine like mine is, you want it facing down. So that way when you put it in place, this is where it's going to plug into it. And what you're going to do, you're going to bring it in, you're going to slide it up in here like this. You kind of have this track right here. So you bring it in, slide it up, and then we're just going to match up right here the bolt holes on both sides, and then we'll tighten it up. So I'm going to do that because I need both hands, and then we'll be back. We'll attach the belt and then plug it in and then flip it back up. There we go. Next, let's get the belt. We'll wrap it around the clutch and then around this pulley. You want to make sure that you get it close up. You want to get it on those grooves. You don't want it resting up here. It needs to be fully laid in that groove. To start, you want to put the belt around the pulley on the motor. And as mentioned already, you want it fully in the grooves like that. Then now we're going to bring it up, wrap it around this pulley. We're going to rotate it like this. And then that'll put it on, but we want to center it on this clutch. You don't want it uneven to where it's going to fly off. You want it nice and level. Let's see. Looks good here. Let's get a close-up and I'll show you. Here's a close-up. You can see as I turn it, how it's nice and centered on that. And if we come down here, see how it's right there inside the groove of the pulley, nothing resting here on the edges, nice and centered. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to come here, let's plug this in, line it up until you hear it clip, push the little lock in place, and we're good to go. Everything is on. We can now put the cover over it and tighten that down with the 8mm 2 screws. Next, we'll bring the cover, and you want it to be right around that capacitor. We have it centered. I'm going to tighten the screws up. I need both hands for that, so we'll be back to look at it when we're done, but you have 1 screw on each side, as we saw when we took it off. So let me tighten that up, and then we'll be back. All right. This is on nice. Everything's good. Let's set this thing upright and fire it up. All right, so everything's done. We're going to put this back in position. Raise this thing up. Slide this up. And then don't forget to plug it in. Now, anytime that you replace parts on this thing, you want to make sure that you reset the machine. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But let me plug this in, then we're going to reset it and we'll try it. So now to recalibrate it, since the part was put on, we're going to counterclockwise pass normal twice, stop there, 1, 2, 3 forward, 1 back, 1 forward. It's going to go to this mode like we saw earlier where we ran the diagnostic to see what the error code was. But what we're going to do now, we're going to click it once. It goes on done, spin, and then rinse. That's where you want it on rinse. So now you can see it went through that. It's going to run a calibration. So it's going to go through everything and recalibrate it, and then we'll be ready to use it. Everything is now done. As we saw, it went through, the lid got unlocked, all the lights are out. Everything's been recalibrated. You're now good to use the washer the way you normally would. So we're going to go ahead and fire it up, but I'm not going to show that in this video. That wraps up this video right now on how to replace the drive motor on a Maytag top-loading washing machine. As we saw at the beginning, I showed you the model number, but it's the same in a lot of other models as well that are the top-loading type. As mentioned also at the beginning, there's other links down in the description to other videos I've done pertaining to this washer, also the Maytag dryers, Frigidairs, refrigerators, all kinds of stuff like that, different appliances. You can check those out. I'll also have some links if you need to buy a drive motor and other items that were used in this video. They'll be also down in the description. You can check those out. Please send me any questions and comments. I would love to hear from you. I hope that this video was informative for you. Don't forget to please like this video, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all the support. I'll see you next time.